Welcome back to Evie's Acres. I'm Evie, and today I'd like to give you a little mini tour of how we've rearranged some of our animal setup here in the backyard, as well as introduce you to 4 new animals we've added. But first, let me show you around to where the chickens are, and then I'll also show you the shelter that I built for these new animals that we've added. The original fencing that I had around both flocks of chickens and eventually just put around the meat birds is what I'm using now around our hens and our surprise rooster. Let's call him Freddie. And yeah, these ladies and this rooster have been doing a great job of clearing. Yes, you have. You've done a great job, young lady. Yes, you have. You're so pretty. They've been doing a great job of clearing out quite a bit of this area, which used to have 2 raised beds that got very overgrown. You can still see it's quite overgrown, and this isn't even half of the length of it. But they've done a great job of cutting down on some of the grass and weeds here. And they're also helping out with fertilizing this space, which is great. I'll go ahead and do a quick introduction of these animals. They're not named, but I can tell you what kind they are. This tan and black, black and gray, and this other tan and black hens. These ladies are Americanas, and their egg shells that they lay will be blue, I believe. This one here that's mostly white but has sort of kind of tannish color feathers around her neck. I believe she's an amber star, as is this one up here on top of the tractor. And those 2 hens will lay brown eggs. Sorry, I have an alarm going off. Okay. And these amber star hens will lay brown eggs. We have a rooster here. I think he might be a Wyandotte of some sort. I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll know for sure once he's fully feathered out, but I think that's what he is. And then the remaining 3 white hens are leghorns. This is the tractor that housed our meat birds originally. But as soon as they got too big for it, I moved them over to the larger tractor, which I'll take a look at in just a moment. But a couple things I wanted to share with you. I added a door to this tractor, and this actually might look familiar because this door is the one that I threw together to put on the larger tractor that the meat birds are using now. But I since have changed to an automatic door for them. This little hen right here, she used to be with our meat bird flock, but we had to move her in with these hens because she unfortunately had some sort of issue a couple of weeks ago where she just kept falling down. I thought for a moment she had bumblefoot maybe. Unfortunately, the other meat birds were picking on her a lot, so I had to isolate her for almost a week. And in that week's time, my son and I, or about a week and a half actually, my son and I wound up being out of town for a few days. And thankfully, the folks that took care of her did a great job of making sure she had water and food. And by the time we returned, she was up and walking again. She was a little wobbly, but she was walking. And so I tried to introduce her again to the meat birds that she was accustomed to being around. Unfortunately, they continued to pick on her because she'd lost some weight from not eating as much during that week or so of being away from them. So now she's with these hens and rooster. She seems to be fitting in quite well. She and the Americanas get along really, really well. For some reason, I don't know why, but it seems the leghorns, or at least one of them, doesn't seem to be a fan. So, not sure what that is all about. Hi, would you like to say hello to the camera? Yeah? You're so curious. You're so pretty, too. Yes, you are. All right. Okay, so next... Okay, I can't resist. Before I go over to show you the meat birds and how they're set up, I gotta show you these plants. Oh my goodness, look at this. Is this not... Okay, so these guys are just now coming up. I can see just a little bit of lemongrass, and the other herbs are taking their time. Got a marigold popping out here, and some dahlias. Got one zinnia, looks like, and I think this blue barrage is trying to come up, but slow going. But check this out, you guys. My squashes, they have to get into the container or in the ground ASAP. So I have to get that done. Probably, I don't know when. I have to do it as soon as possible though. Then the lettuces, same thing. I gotta put them into some pots really soon. Watermelon, gotta get out of there. Comfrey's coming up slowly here, but it's growing pretty well here. So that's good. I'm glad at least some of it's coming up. And then there in the background, if you can see, but those are all tomato plants back there. Doing pretty well. Right here we have all of our peppers, starting with the sweet peppers and then gradually getting hotter. Back here, I have some zucchini, and then it's kind of hard with the bars in the way, but you can see that we have some zucchini and cucumbers. Then the other half is primarily onions, which I don't even know if that's gonna really happen this year, if that's gonna work, but you know, just want to try. And then here we have some more herbs. Let me just actually pull this tray out. Here we have several more herbs, including the chamomile, several types of basil. Parsley is not coming up yet. Well, I guess one little Italian parsley is trying to come up there. And then we have dill and cilantro. All right. These are our beans. Holy smokes. So many, and peas on the end. So these guys absolutely need to come out of their pots probably today, like, yeah, or yesterday probably. But I feel like they've just grown overnight. It's pretty incredible. Let me show you what we've got going on. So I decided to also buy fencing that's twice as long as the original fencing I purchased. This one I believe is 164 feet long, so that original one, that must be 82 feet. And as you can see, right now I have the tractor for the meat birds, which are allowed to free range out here. I'm trying something a little different with the meat birds as far as feeding them, setting out their food in a few different spots, because the one tray with the food in the container that I had, like 15-gallon hanging container, there were still about 3 or 4 hens that were being pushed out and not getting food until the very end. They would get the scraps. They also happen to be the smallest hens, so we'll see if this helps them to all get food. So anyway, so I bought this electric automatic door. It's on a timer. It is, as you can see right now, it is 10 minutes to 7. I have it scheduled to open at 7 a.m. and close at 8:50 p.m. That's about when it gets dark here. So I'm gonna just open it up though so they can get out and stop being so obnoxious. So, let's see. You can set it on a timer or you can open and close it manually. Hi! How you doing, ladies? The girls are so friendly. And these guys sometimes, not so much. Hi! I don't have any treats for you at the moment. That's not food. Let's see who's going to be the smart one to figure out where the food is. There she is. She figured it out and she stood in it. Of course. I don't know what it is with you for standing in the food. Let's see who's going to figure out where there's more food. We just need to all be gathering around that one area. Let's see if they decide to discover this one. Is that you, Romeo? No, because you're camera shy. Oh, I think that's Romeo right there. Hey. You gonna be back on camera again? Talking to the ladies? Since the original version of this video was nearly an hour long, I decided to split it up across multiple videos, and edits to part 2 are in progress. Here is a preview of the build my son and I completed for our new animals. Be sure to subscribe, share, and click the notification bell so that you are notified when the next video is posted. Thank you for watching, and until next time.